I saw Brian Nation out there, the master distiller with Keeper's Heart. If we can have Brian come out, I got some whiskey questions to ask him.
Aaron Rodgers makes the Jet job right now. 89% have that less attractive. Also, more to blame for the Jets' struggles. The quarterback has 36% of the vote, followed closely by the owner. Head coach is in last place on that one.
Right.
Last place.
Oh, look who's here.
Hey, there he
Yay. It's Brian Nation with his fake accent. He's got his Vikings jersey on. Oh, look at you. Of course, Keeper's Heart in Minneapolis. St. Paul.
Yeah.
And you look good. You got your, he did text me after the Vikings won on Sunday. And I said, oh, you're a long-time Viking fan. How long you been a Viking fan for?
Ever since I was 2.
Ever since you were too drunk. Stop. You're better than that. You got here.
I got here in 2021.
Okay, so you've been a Vikings fan for 3 years?
I've been a Vikings fan for 3 years, and it's just been amazing.
Yes. Okay. So if you're new to the show, Brian Nation, master distiller, came over from Ireland and created a lot of those great whiskeys there. Comes over to Keeper's Heart, one of our favorite sponsors, awarded the best Irish whiskey in the world.
Yeah, which was fantastic back in 2023 when our 10-year-old single malt was awarded Best Irish Whiskey for 2023 in the world by the San Francisco International Spirits Competition. You know, it was one of those ones, it's like our Academy Awards when it comes to spirits because it's the longest running award show and the most revered. So it was a nice one to get in our bowl. And, we keep getting lots of different awards for our whiskey and we're really, really happy with that. But the most important thing for us and the biggest reward for us is more people that drink it. And it is growing, and it's great to see that growth of Keeper's Heart around the U.S.
Okay, to become a distiller, but then to become a master distiller, what makes you a master distiller?
Well, I mean, for me, it was all about getting experience. And I was one of the fortunate ones when you look at where I came from in terms of being an Irish distillers. I was mentored by one of the icons, not just in Irish whiskey, but in world whiskey, Barry Crockett. And to be mentored by him for 11 years before I took over as master distiller was something I was very, very fortunate.
But is there a test that you take to become a master distiller?
It's more a test of life experiences within the distilling industry, to be honest, and getting to know the intricacies of how you actually make the finest quality distillate and the best styles of whiskey. So it's all about the experience. There are some courses nowadays that you can actually go and become a master distiller. But for me, it was more the hard slog of experience and working your way up to it, you know.
So here I thought you took a test. Did you just name yourself a master distiller? Like this, Paulie, you're a master distiller.
Thanks, Dan. Here we go again.
Why do you...
You know, it's after taking me 12 months to recover from my last time I was on your show.
Well, you came in and you told me that you knew Bono.
Oh, Jesus, here we go. I did not.
Yes, you did. You said that you were good friends with Bono.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay.
And Prince Albert of Monaco.
That's true.
So you are...
Are we going to go back over this?
No. This is why you had a hard time because I called you out on this. Like calling you out as a master distiller.
Yeah.
I think you just called yourself...
Well, I mean, basically, I just christened myself master distiller. But no, I mean...
And you did try to contact Bono when you were on the show that day, right?
Jesus, talking about rewriting history. Oh, my God.
Did you... I cannot believe
I mean, I can't believe
Did
this.
you reach out to Prince Albert?
On the show?
Yeah.
No.
After the show?
No, I told you that I wouldn't actually expose him to you at all. Like, I mean, that
I don't blame you.
Yeah, exactly. So why would I do that?
Okay, but Bono... How did I come up with the Bono story if you didn't tell me that you knew Bono?
Well, I think you came up with the Bono story because you took a story I was telling that night and you embellished it. You know, it's a good way to... It's good, like you're good at it, but I felt I won that battle on the show.
But like embellishing, calling yourself a master distiller.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
yeah
fair enough.
I mean, I go around every day and I just say, hi, I'm the master, yeah?
Oh, I know. When you go home,
When I go home, yeah.
yeah, does your wife go, "Hello, master"?
That is the last thing my wife does when I
knowing
come
your
in that
wife,
door.
yes, I can see that. Okay, the most common mistake made in drinking whiskey is what?
Is people feel they have to drink it in a certain way. And for me, that's the worst thing a person can do with whiskey. I mean, whiskey is about any drink is about enjoying the way you do the way you want to drink it. And for me, people ask all the time, what's the best way to drink whiskey? And my answer is always you drink the whiskey the way you enjoy it. Now, when you're doing something like a tasting, you're always going to do it in a certain protocol. But if you're there at home and you want to enjoy a glass of whiskey, try it the way you feel you'll enjoy it. Mix it, drink it neat on the rocks, whatever. But don't feel that you have to drink it a certain way because then it almost brings a trepidation to it. And that's not what whiskey is about. Whiskey is about being able to sit down, relax, and enjoy with friends or even on your own, whatever.
Yeah, but it's intimidating though, because you drink a beer growing up when you're younger. You might drink bad wine or whatever it might be. Have a bad experience with tequila. Like whiskey is like when you're growing, like you're grown up when you're drinking it. Or how do you drink it? Do I put ice in it? Do I put water in it? What's the best way to actually know how you're drinking? I wouldn't know.
Well, yeah, and I think one of the things about Keeper's Heart and one of the things that we do even at our distillery is we make whiskey very approachable in terms of the cocktails that we offer at our facility, but also the versatility of the whiskey of Keeper's Heart makes it a whiskey that you can actually mix very, very easily with. But back to your question on, what's the best way or what's the way? If you want to understand the full flavors of a whiskey, the first thing you do is you actually nose it neat. So you actually sniff the whiskey, try to feel what kind of flavors you get. Everybody's palate is different, so they're going to get different flavors. But that gives you an idea of the different types of flavors that come in the whiskey. When you add a drop of water, that will open the whiskey up. You'll get different flavors. If it sits in the glass and it just sits and leaves it gets warm in the glass in a room, again, there'll be different flavors. So there is a bit of a journey in whiskey because it's such a complexity of flavor and such a great balance of flavor. But also when you mix it in a cocktail like an old fashioned or a Manhattan, you're actually able to see that the whiskey, particularly Keeper's Heart, is the hero of the cocktail.
And we are such, I mean, when we went up there, I got Fritzy and I got Marvin who were drinking whiskey and they did shots.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, no, you sip it. So when I gave them the whiskey, they were like, boom. And I go, where's your whiskey? And Marvin goes, I downed it. I go, no, we're not doing shots. It's just, you're sipping it.
Sorry about that. I didn't know. I was over here stumbling.
Yeah.
And he let you know, I was there, he let you know so many times that you shouldn't have shot it.
I kept
saw
saying
him, yeah.
sip. Paulie's got a couple of questions from
the
social
Twitter.
media.
Yeah, from the Twitter.
From the Twitter, okay.
If, let's say, this guy has said, my wife is hesitant to try whiskey, would you tell her to mix it with a little bit of water, a little bit of ginger ale, or other to cut it?
Okay, so what would you do if his wife wants to try?
Yeah, so for me, if a person hasn't tried whiskey before and are worried about the an intense flavor or whatever, I would definitely try it like in something like a mule or a whiskey lemonade, because what it does do is it allows the flavors of the whiskey to come to life, but it also brings some of the robust flavors down a little bit by adding some lemonade or some ginger ale. For us, during the summer particularly, our Keeper's Heart Irish Plus American works great in a whiskey mule, and our Irish Plus Bourbon works great in a whiskey lemonade. So again, showing the versatility, and that's definitely a great way to be introduced to whiskey. And we find that at our distillery in Minneapolis as well, is that when people come in and are intimidated by whiskey, the first thing they do is they try it in a cocktail, and you'll find that a lot of people by the end of the night then are actually kind of brave enough or want to try it neat as well to appreciate the flavor more in its concentrated form. And they're surprised, which is great for us because they're surprised in a good way. And they walk away as ambassadors for Keeper's Heart, which is, great for us.
When's the last time you were drunk?
Okay. I was with Paddy Coffey last night, our
Oh,
marketing director
yes,
from Dublin.
yes,
I leave it there.
yeah. See, you should fire Patty because he drinks all the profits.
Paddy is desperate. Like, I mean, Jesus, every time you go away with Paddy. Actually, I'm never going to travel with Paddy again because we got on a flight yesterday at 12:30 p.m. and we landed in Hartford at 8:15 p.m. We'd have been to Ireland. So we were diverted. We were halfway to Connecticut and we were diverted back to Detroit because there was a problem with the wing.
Oh.
And then we had to get on another plane. So I reckon Paddy's a jinx.
How do you say 33rd?
33rd.
It's turdy turd.
33rd, yeah.
Turd.
It's actually funny because when you're doing tastings and when you're doing tours at the distillery or you're talking about the triple distillation process, I always talk about the third distillation. And some people are kind of looking a bit queer at me going, what did you say? Then I go, the third.
Yeah, the turd. Yeah. Wait, what do you put in there? The turd. He's Brian Nation. He's a master distiller. Just ask him. It's Keeper's Heart. Ask for it at your favorite liquor stores. We'll take a break. You're going to show us how to make some cocktails during the
I am?
on Peacock? Yeah.
But I brought you a present.
What did you...
I know now, I shouldn't be telling you brought you a present.
Why don't you show me when we go to commercial break,
Okay.
and then we'll let people who are watching, they can actually see it
Okay, it's in my hand.
on Peacock. Okay? All right. We'll take a break. Last call for phone calls, what we learned, what's in store tomorrow, right after this. We're here with Brian Nation, master distiller, Keeper's Heart. He just gave me this. This is a 21-year-old single malt.
Yes.
So this just came out.
Absolutely.
How many bottles?
There's only going to be about 220 bottles.
Wow.
And this is the first one that we've actually...
It's old enough to drink itself.
It's old enough to drink itself. Yeah.
I'll have you sign that. But first, so this has got...
So we're going to make an apple cider bune.
Okay.
And it's really to kind of tie in with fall. And again, showing the versatility of the Keeper's Heart whiskey. So the first thing we do is add a little bit of ice.
Okay, you got 1 minute and 21 seconds. Can you do it?
Of course I can.
Okay.
This is called speed rack, is it?
Here we go.
So here it is, Keeper's Heart, Irish plus bourbon. No pressure, Nate.
Yeah. Throw another one
There
on
you go.
top.
Help me.
Throw another one in there.
I do too.
Yeah.
Got 1 minute to go.
My God almighty.
Your hands are shaking.
Would you blame me? Here you go again.
Master distiller,
Jesus.
not a master pourer.
Absolutely not.
Oh. Dang, Brian, you don't have
Here
to
we
make that.
go. Here we
Seconds.
go.
Can he
Take
do
that, Brian.
45 seconds.
Oh my
You're
God.
not going to do it.
I am going to do it. Look at this.
38 seconds.
Here we go. Here we go.
Come on, Brian.
Let's go.
30 seconds to go.
Come on.
All right, we made it. Go ahead, stir them up. That's a
Look
pro.
at this, lads. Done.
That's a pro right
Done,
there.
Dustin.
15 seconds.
And served in a Keeper's Heart glass. So if you look, it's the end of the bottle.
To
It's a
Keepers, I'm
Heart.
trying to say nice things,
sorry.
but you shut up.
Okay, Jesus. All right, sorry.
Keeper's Heart. Thank you for the partnership. Ask for it at your local liquor store. Keeper's Heart. It's a bottle worth keeping.